We're here at the Brother Side Podcast. I'm Alex.
I'm Justin.
And today we have a special guest, Stacie Tovar. She owns CrossFit Omaha and Go Far Fitness, also a CrossFit champion. What's up, Stacie?
Hi. Hi, guys.
Hey.
Why are you laughing?
I'm not a CrossFit champion.
Yes, you are.
I was high level for a really long time, but I never did podium.
You were a regional champion.
I was.
Okay.
I was.
Yes.
That's way more than us.
But it's not like the game.
Yeah, well, it's
But thank
close.
you. Thank
you got
you.
6th in the games?
11th was my best.
Okay.
Close.
I thought I saw 6th on
2015.
Okay.
I've done so many competitions. There are tiny competitions and qualifier competitions, open competitions that get you to the CrossFit Games. So I have 8 years of competitions, but at the actual top of the game, my best performance was 11th place.
Take off a 1. That's the first place to me.
Yes.
Nice.
We'll get to CrossFit in a sec, but we want to learn about yours.
So many questions about CrossFit.
Yeah.
But we'll get there.
Great. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks for coming on. Humphrey, Nebraska, farm girl.
Yes. Born and raised.
Born and raised. Did you love the farming life?
Love the farming life.
Would you ever go back to it?
Oh.
Yeah, that's a good question.
Mom and Dad, hope you're not listening. I don't know. There are times where it's like, I just want to get out of the city so bad. And if I could just throw my phone away. I mean, my mom still has a flip phone.
Oh, wow.
That's how farm-ish I am.
Yeah.
Dad goes by the sun. Yep, looks like it's 3 o'clock. Okay, time to go get a snack, whatever.
Does he have a cell phone?
No, he does not have a cell phone.
No,
and you know what? For the last 6 years, our family, my siblings and I are all like, okay, this is the year that Dad's going to officially get Mom's flip phone. I mean, he's getting up there in age, 70 years old, still climbing on everything. And wherever. He can't rely on the sun forever. But, okay, we're going to graduate Mom to a nice iPhone. How about that? And Dad can have the flip phone. He knows how to work it, kind of. So
just keep it in his pocket. Doesn't have to use it for anything other than emergencies.
Yeah. It's that demographic. Because my dad was the same way. And then once he got the iPhone, it was like, what have I been doing? Oh. So he's accepted it now.
Yeah, Aaron's dad still doesn't have a cell phone. That's my wife. So she
just doesn't have one altogether?
Doesn't have a cell phone, never has. And same thing.
Where's your wife from?
She's from Pleasantdale, which is 10 miles west of Lincoln.
Oh, okay.
So they still live there on a farm. She grew up there. No cows, farm ground around, but I don't really consider her a farm girl, although their house is on
Shout out to Erin. You're not a farm girl.
Yeah. And I tell her that all the time. She hates that. She's like, I am too. I'm like, you're afraid of bugs. You're afraid of grass. You're afraid of dirt.
Your favorite show is the Kardashians. You're not
who doesn't love the Kardashians? I know. Housewives of Atlanta.
She's a Housewives
Orange
fanatic.
County. Yes,
yeah, but she would have grown up in a city like Chicago if she could have. But, I think she likes the idea of the wide open spaces, kind of like you're talking. Sometimes you just want to get out, but she doesn't have to be there too long to want to come back.
Right. It's a nice place to go and visit and get away. And there is something to be said about just looking out the window and not seeing anything. Like, oh, sweet, look, that might be a hawk. Oh, wait, that's a bald eagle. Like, really cool.
That's really how isolated you were out there.
Yeah. Our neighbors, we can see our neighbors. They're maybe a half mile away.
Country mile away, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that the same?
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're right. There is something to be said for just emptiness a little bit. Just getting away. Yeah. But man, the conveniences of going to the grocery store.
This is true. I mean, there was a lot more planning. She used to work in Columbus, and she would go to that office. She's an insurance agent. She would go to that office every Monday. And so we'd have to every Sunday make our grocery list. Like, what do you need Mom to get? And she would literally run to the store. If she really needed something in Humphrey, there's like a little tiny market.
Convenient mart.
Yeah. And she would pick up what she needed there. But what didn't happen very often.
How big is the town of Humphrey?
Well, when I was growing up, it might be few less. I'm not really sure. 750 people.
So that's class total. C2?
We were C2 and D1. We would bounce back and forth.
Yeah,
good job for being an A.
Small C2, big D1.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
We had cousins in Palmyra. I don't know if you
so that's C2.
Yeah.
So I kind of know.
Well, our parents grew up there.
There you go.
They graduated together. Homecoming king and queen.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, classic.
Yeah, still together.
High school sweethearts. Yeah. Classic. Yep. Yes, absolutely.
So, we understand the small town life because they both grew up on small towns. Or in farms.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people though our age now that have actually moved back in Humphrey. That's why I say I don't know what the population is, but it's becoming a younger crowd now. Kind of cool. They're bringing a lot of business.
Small businesses.
Small businesses.
Yeah.
A lot of younger kids are taking over their dad's farms, which is super
CrossFit gyms, I'm
cool
sure.
for. I wish the closest one's in Norfolk, but yeah, I know.
The Humphrey
Maybe.
CrossFit
I
gym.
don't know if I'll
That
ever
could
go
be-
back, but
And you recently had a kid, huh?
I did. Well, he's 18 months.
Congratulations
Yeah.
on
On
that.
the 17th.
Gavin is his name?
Gavin, yeah.
How's motherhood
So
treating you?
sweet. Wow.
Yeah, that's such a
They
loaded
always-
question.
Yeah.
Where do I
know it
start?
again.
Awesome.
Where do
Slash I
I
hate it.
start?
Yeah.
I know. You know that it's so cliche, but everyone's like, don't do it. Once you have one, your life is over.
That's.
It's not a lie.
Yeah.
I mean,
It's not a lie.
It's not a lie, but your personal. You just stop living for yourself.
That's
That's
true.
how I put it.
It
Like,
was, yeah.
it's not
I
about
lived
you
vi-
anymore.
That's a very great way to put it. Yeah, no, it's great, rewarding, challenging. I still don't know what I'm doing. So
Yeah.
there's
You learn
that.
as you
You know,
go, right?
you just go. Yeah,
Yeah.
just go with the flow. But
longer-
daycare is doing a great job. Like they're
With-
teaching him a lot more than I ever could. So yeah,
That's good.
Shout out to those teachers.
they're
those
amazing.
Daycare. Oh,
They're
man.
amazing. Yeah.
Do you pay for an in-house or a
No,
Center?
He goes to the Reed Center
Okay.
at St. Roberts. Yeah.
shout out to the Reed Center?
They are awesome. He had a self quarantine for 14 days. It was the longest, and I was with him as I worked both, did my job and was a mom for 15 months of his life, and I was like, what was I doing? Like, I don't know what I was doing, but that's kind of momhood in a nutshell. You just do it. Like, you get the job done, and when you look
Yep.
back and you're like, how in the hell did I manage all of that and
Right.
then some? So it's just weird, but yeah, it was the longest 14 days of my life.
I'm
so.
sure. Were you stressed prior to having Gavin? Like, what's this going to be like, in the coming weeks?
He's expecting
was
in March.
depressed.
I'm
That's why
expecting
he-
in March. I'm trying to
His
figure
first
out.
kid.
Congratulations!
So I think
Oh
these are
my
loaded
gosh.
questions.
Yeah.
He's
These are
like
great.
trying to
What's
get
going to
through.
happen to me?
Yeah.
Take a vacation, do whatever you need to do before the baby comes. No, I was a little bit depressed. I really missed the competitive life. Like, that life was really freaking cool. And it was kind of like, holy crap, this is really happening. But life has to go on, Stace.
Yeah.
You can't be
on,
the
Stace.
pro athlete forever.
Right.
You want to leave a legacy behind, and this is going to be awesome. And if anyone can do it, you can do it.
Sure.
And I relied on my sister a lot, who has 4 kids herself. And yeah, so I was a little bit depressed, but then
Okay.
once it all happened, it's like one of those things that you're just like, holy crap, like, I can't.
We have
this
a
was
kid.
Really
So
cool.
was it
Yeah.
planned
Yeah,
then?
it was very much so.
Yeah,
planned.
okay.
Yeah.
Do you have plans to have another one?
Yes, we
Okay.
do. Yeah.
Good.
So,
Yeah, I think
but just 2.
Yeah.
that's how many I
kids
have,
you
too.
Okay.
2 boys.
2 boys.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, and Justin's for sure done.
Yeah,
We made that clear
Yeah,
on the
last
last
podcast we put it out there.
Okay,
Yeah, there's
there
no
you
coming
go.
back from that. But
There you go.
I feel like kind of like you're saying, parenthood is just kind of making your own path. Like, you just got to do what you got.
Survival mode almost.
Yeah,
but
there's
not.
no rule.
It's so
Like,
weird.
like there's good things and obviously to do bad things, but like, it's just about surviving and like just getting through it a lot of days,
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah.
And I
Trial and error.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
you have no clue what you're doing. I mean, if it works, I just don't change it. So right now my son's sleeping with me, and hey, he's not taking a bottle in the middle of the night. We're on day 4 of that, which
There
is
you go.
like
There
a
you go.
huge PR. I tell everything in CrossFit terms.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is a huge personal record.
personal record, yep.
And you know what? So it's working. Mom's getting sleep. I'm able to survive the next day and function. And so it is what it is.
How many hours of sleep were you working off of?
Before that,
Yeah.
so I'm not really sure who my son came from, because my husband has no problem sleeping and I have no problem sleeping, but he's never been a sleeper since he's been a little guy.
that's
Like,
brutal.
we were in the hospital, and you know how it is when you have your first kid. You're just scared shitless to be like, oh my God, like, they're just leaving me with this thing.
Yeah.
Oh, just call the nursery. They'll just take him to the nursery. Like, no, he's going home with me. It's not like I can just call the nursery. Hey, come get my
Yeah.
son and let me sleep for a little
Although
bit.
that'd
So
be
I was
nice.
like, I'm gonna do this, okay? And he just, come to find out, long story short, he didn't like to swaddle. Like what kid doesn't like to swaddle?
Yeah, that's weird.
I know. So he liked to sleep on my chest. Well, this happened at day 2 of birth, and it's been this ongoing thing his whole life. Now that he's older, I got to be next to mom. He cried for 4 hours in a row one night, and you know the whole like, go check on him 5 minutes, go check on him 10 minutes.
Yeah, oh yeah.
By minute 12, they'll be passed out. They'll be so tired of crying.
Doesn't work for everyone.
4 hours.
4 hours, dude. I gave
I don't know
up.
if I can handle that.
I almost didn't. He vomited in his crib. He projectile vomited on me. These are all multiple different nights, mind you, trying to sleep train him. And it worked for about a month, and then he caught a cold, and he was
regressed.
Dude, yeah. He had such a bad chest cold. He could hardly breathe. I was nervous for him. He was so uncomfortable. I put him right back in my bed, and
Hasn't left since.
Hasn't left since.
He
That's
knew what
right.
he was up to.
He
Yeah.
knows
He
exactly
knows,
what he's
yeah.
doing, and they do. But 4
Oh, yeah.
hours was my longest cry out.
I think
That's a long time.
I gave up. I went in every 15 minutes. I did 5, 10, 15. Went in every 15, and then I went in every hour. It was miserable.
Is it legal to use chloroform? You will go to sleep
I would-
or I'll put you to
I
sleep.
know.
I wouldn't admit to it out
I
loud,
know.
probably.
I know.
For all of our
I would
brothers'
put
side.
you to sleep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was hard. It's a hard thing, but everything. And this is also one of those sayings. This too shall pass. Like
Yeah.
everyone will tell you that, but
Uh-huh.
you're kind of sick and tired of hearing it. But then you hear it, and you're like, "You're right. It'll pass. It's just got to be some time."
And it's one of those. I say this all the time. Like the days are long, but the years are short. Like
Oh my
you know,
gosh.
it just time just all of a sudden. I have a 6-year-old, and I'm like, God,
I
where did it go? But
know.
I remember days where I'm like, it just won't end. You know, like
So I'll end it myself.
yeah, just please, just Aaron, come home. You know,
Yeah.
because I watch them on my off days.
That's true.
So-
So did your kids go to daycare?
Yeah, on the
Okay.
days that I work,
Okay,
they go to
got
an
it.
in-home.
Okay,
So,
got it.
And, you know, that's work for us. But we needed super flexible daycare because I could watch them so many days. It
Right.
didn't make sense for us to pay
Right, yeah.
for full time.
Yeah.
So
Yep. Get that.
daycare's expensive.
Very expensive. Are you going to send your kid to daycare?
To a center. Yep. We
Okay.
already got one picked out.
Nice.
Can't give him a shout out because I can't think of it right now. Academic Adventures.
Oh, cool.
It's like 168th and Blondo.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cool.
So it'll be good.
Great.
It's expensive, $1,000 a month, I think.
Lovely.
So, yeah.
That will be fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
You just don't get used to that either.
Nope.
Cutting that check. Ugh.
No.
Nope.
Let's talk about your competitive side.
Yeah.
You were obviously a competitor in volleyball.
Mm-hmm.
You played at UNO.
Yep.
You were a libero, I'm
I
guessing.
was. Yeah.
Were you?
For
You're
2
just
years.
that was a guess?
That was a complete guess.
I'm really
Well,
short.
yeah.
Short,
5'6",
I mean,
yeah.
it's like
5'6",
she's not 6'5",
yeah. But in high school, I played outside and middle.
Okay.
Really?
D1 school,
Yeah.
C2, you kind of play a little bit of whatever you need.
Yeah.
And in college, I got recruited as outside defensive player. That's because libero actually didn't come around until my junior year.
Really?
So yeah, then I ended up playing it. Yeah.
What do you mean it
junior
didn't come around?
Like
Like,
it-
it
Like
wasn't a
libero
natural
wasn't
spot?
a thing. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know
yeah,
that.
no, yeah.
I just always thought it was a
You're
thing.
Just defensive player.
Okay.
Yeah.
So a libero can't hit over the net?
They
then?
can't. No, they only
Okay.
play. They can play 6 rotations, so they can play the whole time. They can only serve once for one player, usually the middle hitter. They usually play middle back or out left back, and they stay in the back row the whole time.
Huh.
So they come out for somebody who may not be the best at defense, and they're usually pretty good at serving. Obviously, they excel at picking up the ball.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And they can back row attack. They just obviously have to stay behind the 6-foot line, and they can't get above the net. Well, most of them are so short that it's
Not an
nearly
issue.
impossible. Yeah, but yeah.
So there's no life volleyball after college then? Is there
Yeah,
anything
for
that
someone
really
like
exists?
me, I just libero was so new and early on that I probably could have gone worlds. Yeah, you can play beach, you can play worlds, you can try and be. I can't think of her name right now.
Misty May?
No, she used to play for the Huskers.
Oh.
From a small town hooper, I think.
Jordan
Larson, thank you.
yeah.
And she went on to play, I think, Olympic. She was in
Yeah.
A couple different.
somewhere.
Yeah.
I think she's still excelling at that. But yeah, so there are different avenues. I'm not sure if the pay is good. I don't know how they make a living, sponsorships maybe or something like
Sure.
that.
I think a lot of them play in Europe and like
Maybe.
Russia.
And crush it out there.
Russia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
In Russia,
I
we
think
play
so.
volleyball.
That's right. Yes. So yeah, and then I just decided to, live life after you're a collegiate athlete for a
So
little
is
while.
CrossFit a way to itch the competitive?
It was at the
scratch
time.
the
Yeah, it
competitive
was
itch?
not meant to get to this point at all. I just, for 2 years, my husband, who was my boyfriend at the time, was like, come on, just give it a try. He was a college wrestler.
Okay.
And
At UNO?
At UNO, that's how we met.
Okay.
And our strength and conditioning coaches, his was obviously a wrestler, strength and conditioning coach. Mine was obviously a volleyball, but in some realm, these two guys that were both strength and conditioning coaches eventually opened up CrossFit Omaha.
Okay.
And so Dustin followed him because they were his strength and conditioning coaches. Well, they knew me they tried to recruit all sorts of UNO athletes, professors, janitors from campus. We started, we
look-
actually,
come on in.
it doesn't have to be just for athletes
Sure.
per se. It can be for anybody, but it was taking place in the UNO weight room before they decided to basically
Down in the basement down there?
in the actual where like us athletes
Oh,
actually
the nice
work
one.
the nice one, yeah.
Okay.
And I'm not
we went
really
to UNO
sure.
too. I had to work out in the basement.
Oh
Yeah.
shoot, yeah.
Yeah.
No, the nice one. And I don't know, eventually they probably were like, yeah, you got to take your business elsewhere. And so they opened up CrossFit Omaha. And so Dustin followed for 2 years. He was like, come on, just come and give this a try. It's like, no,
like,
been
"It
there,
looks
done
hard."
that. No, I'm okay with that. I showed up and long story short, fell in love.
Wow.
Fell in love.
So was he actually competing in CrossFit
So,
competitions?
competition really didn't come around. It was sort of kind of starting to happen the first year that Dustin had done it. And then the second year when I joined, it really started to pick up momentum. And yeah, he was competing, hopping on the team and doing what he could. And then, I qualified and the rest is kind of history.
Wow. CrossFit is just amazing. Like when I see your workouts, I'm like, I'm going to take a pass on that. It's very intense. For a long time.
Challenging. It's challenging, and the time domains vary. We literally just celebrated. His name is Doug Dunlap. He's awesome, and he just turned
Shout out to
70.
Doug.
Shout out to Doug. He just turned 73 today.
Wow.
And he's my oldest member. And
73?
It's the raddest thing. I should show you some video. It's awesome. Doing burpees, jumping rope.
Is
crushing
there
it.
a competition
Squat
that he can
cleans.
enter for like an older?
Yes, there are masters competitions.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that
He
what's
would
the age?
fall. He would fall in the 65 and older age group, so he would be up there in age.
Like the
Yeah.
upper
Yeah. So the
masters.
cutoff is basically 35 and younger are your more typical big stage athletes, and then there's every 5 years after that. So I'm 36. I'm from 35 to 39, 40 to 44, whatever, 45, 49, and
Yeah.
then it increases from there.
Okay. So you fell in love with just intense workouts, and all of a sudden you're on the stage. Like I feel like
I
your
don't know.
progression
Yeah.
to
There's a,
like competing
What
at the
happened-
CrossFit
There's a
Games
big
went
empty space
fast.
there.
Well, CrossFit has been around since the 70s, but the games didn't come around until the 2007 or something like that.
Okay.
And then it's just gotten better every year after that. And then, you started getting sponsors and people were giving you money, and it just kind of blossomed over time. So I kind of was part of the
blossoming.
sport.
Yeah.
For a really long time. And I was able to progress over that time. Whereas people now, you've got to dedicate your life. Like if you want to be an athlete, you're training for 6 hours a day. I didn't have that back in the day. I was working a full-time job up until 2013 when I just said, nope, I'm going to do CrossFit and give up a really nice job
Right.
for a corporation here in town. So it's just, I've been lucky, I guess, in that regard, where I advanced as the sport advanced.
Sure.
And over time, I just increased the amount of hours I would train, and
many-
got better
Go
over
ahead.
time.
So you didn't have to be one of these Icelandic ladies that
Nah.
just kind of come in at the peak of their being.
That's right. That is true. That is true.
I can't. Something daughter. They're all ending.
They're all daughters.
They're all daughters.
They're all daughters.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are they winning, most of them? Is that the
They're
Top
pretty good,
5
yeah.
usually.
They're pretty
One of
good.
them's top 5.
Yeah. I think it's the lamb they eat or something out there. I don't know. But
Yeah.
yeah.
There's got to be something.
Yeah, it's pretty remarkable.
So
Pretty
what's the
remarkable.
process like to get to the national stage?
Today,
Yeah, I mean, there's obviously
your
a
full
local, then there's a regional.
yeah.
So
So it's under new ownership just as of this year. They really haven't come out with the rules and regulations behind all of that. But there's usually a qualifier, more than one qualifier. And it usually goes by regions. At least this is the way it was in the past. There's 9 regions in the United States. Europe is one, Australia is one, California, we're central. Obviously.
Yeah.
We're in the
California
middle
is
of
its own
It's
region?
its own region, that's correct. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
There's just that many people that do it
There's
there?
that many people. Yeah, it's
Oh,
the
yeah,
home
Muscle
of where
Beach,
it was
bro.
founded. Yeah,
Just
there are a lot of people.
Muscle Beach, man.
And so you have to go through these qualifiers to get to the games. Yeah.
okay, how many people can compete in a regional?
Well, the Open, anybody can do it, right?
The Open
You-
is worldwide.
Yeah.
Yeah. Their goal this year is upwards of 500,000, which is
Holy
awesome. It's
cow.
great. Yeah.
well,
that's
you
great.
you get video. Like, you take a video of yourself. You,
You
have to
do.
have, like, a clock in the background.
You do.
I-
You
know
can
the
do
rules
it in
better
your
than me.
basement. You can do it in your garage. Doug can do it in the street if he wants.
Okay.
And
Shout
yeah,
out to Doug.
shout out to
Doug, what up, man?
He's so badass, you guys.
I believe it.
Oh my gosh.
I did a
wanna be
CrossFit
like
workout
him.
the other day, and I'm still sore. I can't
It's
imagine
awesome.
being 73.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah. So you take a video, you submit the video. You basically just have to have yourself in the frame, make sure you've got the right weight on your bar or whatever they ask for you to do. CrossFit.com comes out with the workouts. A guy by the name of Dave Castro, who is the programmer of.
And
the
he does
sport.
not look like, I've seen him. He does not look like a CrossFitter.
No, but he does CrossFit.
But he does CrossFit.
What,
does
You would
CrossFit.
assume he'd be
Chunky
like,
or-
no,
he looks
he's
like
just
you.
skinny, kind of tiny, not
I'm
like
not
bulky
sure
like
what
me.
that means. Yeah.
Yeah, no, he
like
kind of
you.
looks just like a regular guy. You would assume it'd be
Yeah.
like this jacked, former CrossFitter looking person, and he just kind of looks like a normal dude
Yeah.
who's really good at programming.
Yeah. He's a very smart man.
So we got 500,000 people competing in the Open.
Correct, or more. And then from there, it goes down to your regions. And there's 30 that can qualify, typically. 30 men, 30 women. And then from there, depending on the size of your region, top 5 or top 3 would advance to the CrossFit Games. Only 50 men and 50 women in the whole world go to the CrossFit Games.
How special do you feel knowing that you made it?
Well, it's fittest person on earth, right? That's what they call it.
and the
Fittest
fittest
woman,
person
fittest
on-
man on
Yeah.
earth.
And I truly believe that is like, if you put us up against any sport, I mean, there are athletes that train for specific sports, and they're amazing too. I can't beat some track athletes. There's no way I could hit a ball like Jordan Larson. But if she were to tackle a CrossFit workout, like, it's pretty rad that I can say,
Yeah.
I can beat you. Like,
Yeah.
I know I can beat you.
Right.
So I really truly feel like we train to be the best at everything, but not just us. It's a sport. It's also functional to life. So we're just freaks maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
A
yeah.
little freakish. I mean,
Yeah.
like, your body was amazing. Like, you're at the pinnacle of
Whoa,
fitness.
what are you doing here?
Well, I mean,
That
like,
was-
I know what you're-
definitions,
Annie,
but-
he's sorry.
Sorry, babe. I hope you're not listening. She don't listen to our podcast anyway.
I'll tag her. I'll be sure to tag her.
She don't listen.
But you got like an 8-pack at
Like-
least. That's impressive.
Well, a lot of it, 90% of it happens in the kitchen. Sorry to tell you that. But
I know.
It's very, oh my gosh, I thought I almost dropped my water.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work.
Sure.
I don't cut corners, and
Just
I
so
eat really
nutritious.
healthy. Yeah.
You're on the paleo diet?
I used to be. That's how I started.
Okay.
Now, I mean, obviously, I personally feel like if you are a heavier set individual and you're doing CrossFit, you need to eat a little bit differently than someone like me, who we have different body types. Our intensity level is going to be the same based off of your fitness, like where you're at right now, your
Right.
fitness level at that point in time in your life. But carb wise, like, I still eat a lot of carbohydrates. My body processes those differently than maybe somebody who's heavier or lighter, and
Sure.
it just affects them differently. If they're still making it through a workout and feeling great, not like getting lightheaded, meeting the stimulus I'm asking them, and they're eating a few less carbs than me, then I say that's totally fine. So paleo is a little less carby than what I do, but I eat tons of vegetables, fruit, lean meats, fish, nuts, seeds,
Do you have a cheat day?
fats. Yeah, I do.
Do you?
Yeah, I call it a pit stop.
Okay.
It's just one meal, and it's
One meal.
usually on the weekend.
One meal.
One meal.
Gosh, my pit stops are like
know.
9 meals.
Yeah.
I haven't.
Friday,
Yeah.
Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah.
You're right, and that's where I feel like I excel in the kitchen. Is I have a 90-10 rule. So 90% of the time my meals are on point, and then I have room for 10%. Whether that's an unexpected happy hour or a birthday party, or maybe it's just like I need a break right now, and I can't.
I just
I
want to
just
eat
want a
Cheeto
break.
Puffs.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
right. Yeah.
Is food temptation even hard for you anymore?
Yeah, of
It is.
course.
I don't know if that
Yeah,
ever
it is
goes
really
away. There's so
hard.
much good food out there.
Yeah, dude. But you wouldn't believe, like, I personally, like, looking at McDonald's, just like,
Sure.
I
Yeah.
don't know how, I can't go there.
Taco Bell, on the other hand.
Yeah.
I don't know about Taco Bell.
Yeah.
Let's get into Taco Bell. Oh my
I don't know. It
chalupas.
used to be my favorite. Oh my God. I was literally driving down Dodge Street the other day and I was like, that Taco Bell. Every kid that's gone to UNO has swung through that Taco Bell. I would love to know how many times.
2 a.m.
You talking the 42nd one?
2 a.m.
Or
No, it's right up.
72nd
Right up
and
72nd.
down.
Oh, 72nd.
Yeah,
2 a.m.
yeah.
drunk
How
munchies.
smart.
Oh,
How brilliant.
Yeah.
I mean, just.
Yep.
just put it on campus for the love of
You
God.
might as well have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be like Chick-fil-A. You
I
been
went
by
to the
Chick-fil-A?
38th and
You know, I have
Dodge
never
one a
even
lot.
tried Chick-fil-A.
It's really good.
Is it?
But their lines are insane.
Yeah.
Why?
There's
What's-
always 20
And they're
cars.
super efficient though. You can get through the line pretty fast.
Really?
Yeah.
I mean,
They
it's-
make good chicken sandwiches, even grilled, not all fried.
Okay.
So
they have
no,
good
no
salads.
fast food for you?
Very rarely. Very rarely. Subway.
Okay. Well,
I mean, if we're in a scram and we're on the road, and we need to, it's like last resort. It's really last resort. I usually pack a cooler, and I'm pretty good at that. You
Okay.
know, bring my own food. Pack
and
leftovers.
what days do you meal prep then?
Sundays usually. It's kind of varies. Thursdays, I have a little bit of an easier day at the office. It's not. It's a full schedule, but I have some time to get to the grocery store. So sometimes on Thursdays I get home a little easier and earlier, and then I meal prep on Thursdays too. Yeah, it's just random.
What's your feel on energy drinks? I'm on
How
day
many
like,
are you on?
I'm on 0 right now. I'm on day like 21 of not having any. I was having like 3 or 4 a week.
But do you do coffee?
I do.
Coffee
In
and energy
addition
drinks.
to-
It was a lot of caffeine.
Yeah.
I'm feeling better.
She's judging you right now.
Yeah, I can feel your eyes
I
beating
have,
through my
I
head.
have to see the label. There are a lot of hidden sugars. That's why they taste so great.
Sure.
And they're pick-me-ups. But, I mean, to each their own. If it's affecting your sleep, then we might need to look at maybe getting rid of a few of them.
Yeah.
Cut it to
but
one a week.
Honestly, at the end of the day, if all of your other meals, this is what I tell a lot of my clients, if your meals are looking beautiful and they're full of color and I need an energy drink, like, is that really what's, holding you back? If it is, if you feel like it is and it's taking you further away from your goals, then you need to reevaluate and
Sure.
maybe think, okay, it's time for me to start cutting back on that stuff. But if you're still seeing results, you're feeling great, and that's like the worst thing in your diet, then
Okay.
things could be worse.
Right. No, actually, I haven't really noticed much of a change. So, like, I don't know if I was drinking them, like, as a, like a mental thing. Like, I feel tired, but I'm really not
Not
tired.
tired? That could be interesting.
I feel better. I have less heartburn. I kind of
Yeah.
have an issue with heartburn or
He has a
acid
big
reflux.
heartburn. Yeah.
So,
We should take a break on heartburn.
we're past the time.
Yeah, we should take a break.
on heartburn,
Let's take a break.
Let's take a break. Hey guys, Alex here with the Brother Side Podcast. For those of you who know me and know me well, you may not know that I tend to have an anxious personality. Hard to believe, I know, especially considering my outgoing personality. Normally I just manage this and take it as it comes, but I find that using Able CBD's tincture really helps to manage my anxiousness. I love that the products are organic and all natural, and especially appreciate that they make their products right here in the good old USA in partnership with American farmers. I didn't know that much about CBD before meeting recent ultramarathoner Adam Monkey, who actually swears by Able CBD, but I am so glad I was open-minded enough to give it a try. Oh, and by the way, it does not contain THC. We're grateful that Able CBD agreed to be a brand sponsor, and as a valued listener of the Brother Side, you can use our special code BRO15, BRO15, at www.ablecbd.com. That's www.ablecbd.com for a 15% discount at checkout. Check out ablecbd.com.
And we're back with the Brother Side podcast with Alex and Justin Pearson. We were just talking about Alex's incredible heartburn when he eats wings and all energy drinks.
Yep, that's true.
Coffee.
Coffee.
Yeah.
Do you put
Alcohol.
sugar and cream in your coffee?
Nope, straight up.
Okay.
Straight black coffee.
That's
Yep.
strange.
But he drank-
Flavored coffee? No.
No, just
I think
It's
it's
gotta be from
hereditary
something
a little
from-
bit too.
It could be. It's
'Cause
got to
my
be
mom
something
deals
from the
with it
night
big
before,
time.
maybe. Yeah, start process of elimination.
yeah, it's terrible, but it's getting better, so it's
Good.
more manageable.
Good.
Like
Happy to hear that.
I'd be laying in bed and I could just feel like a little bit right in the back of your throat. It's
Yeah.
horrible.
Yeah.
And there can be something with like eating too much, time of day when you're eating.
There's a lot of factors.
I remember on
Stress.
his bachelor party we went to the Ozarks.
Oh,
Fun.
it was fun.
It was fun, and obviously you're drinking like the whole time. We were there for like 3 days. I think we had 3 days, something like that. Anyway, we had to make multiple trips to the gas station just to get Zantac because his heartburn was so bad.
Oh.
Like it was
Yeah.
like out of control. It was
Darn
affecting
it.
his ability to have fun on this trip.
Oh,
Yeah,
bummer.
It was. And now Zantac is pulled off the shelf because of Renadine.
Yeah.
Has cancer-causing chemicals.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And I was popping that like
Well,
candy.
yeah, you were, because you're like, Tums isn't touching it.
That's
Yeah.
okay. I was giving my son Renadine.
Yeah.
And he had acid reflux as a baby. And then, I just get this letter in the mail like, you need to contact your doctor. This is
Yeah.
known to cause cancer or whatever. I was like, my son is like 5 months old. Like, what the heck? His liver's like the size of this right now. Oh my
right.
God. Yeah.
Talk about panic attack.
Yeah, they did, but I forget. It really didn't affect humans. There's like a portion of that
Okay.
in the drug that
Right.
can affect other parts or something like that. I don't know.
Gotcha.
So nutrition's obviously a huge deal to you.
Yeah.
Where does sleep fall in all this? Because we were talking, we have mutual friends, and he talks about sleep.
Bryce.
Shout out to Bryce Teager. Huge guy on sleep. Like he preaches sleep all the time. He sends articles out to the department on like sleep importance and all that.
Yes.
And I've listened to podcasts with it. I've watched YouTube videos with him on it because I worked with him last year, quite a bit. And he sold me on sleep. That doesn't mean I sleep more necessarily, but now at least I understand what I'm missing out on.
It's huge. It's huge. It's huge. That's why I kind of said if mom's getting sleep and the baby's next to me and I'm sleeping, like it's fine. When I was competing, I would get upwards of 10 hours of sleep. And
my
now
gosh.
I even still go to bed at like 9:30, and then Gavin wakes up anywhere between 5 and 6:30 usually. I feel like, yes, nutrition it's become my forte because it's so important. It's the bottom of the fitness pyramid, and there are so many more components to actually getting good sleep and nutrition than you would think, and it's more important than fitness. It affects everything you do, from your memory to the way you function at work to the way you fall asleep the next day. It affects your appetite, believe it or not. So when I do these little nutrition challenges, and there's quite a few tasks, and it's a 30-day challenge, and one of the tasks is to actually lock up your phone. Electronics have killed the world.
Yeah.
Lock up your phone, lock up your kids, lock up your computer, and just put yourself away for an hour before you normally would. And you would not believe how many people struggled with that simple task. Like, who doesn't look forward? I'm telling you. Put your phone away and go to bed. If you go to bed at 10, go to bed at 9. Like, enjoy it. But they struggle to turn it off for whatever reason.
It's difficult.
And that's the thing. That's the thing. And when you have kids, one little thing can throw you out of a loop, right?
Sure.
Before you know it, like, oh my gosh, this time got away from me. Here we go. We're going to McDonald's for dinner, kids. Get in the car. Let's go, because I got so many other things to get done.
Right.
No, it's about just making it like it's really that important.
You have to set it aside.
You have to do it.
Intentionality.
You have to. It's part of planning.
You're
People
obsessed
don't
with that
like. What did he say?
Intentionality.
Intentionality.
Be intentional. You have to be intentional.
You have to do it. It's
Like,
kind of like if you want
that's
if
my
you
life.
want to lose weight, guys. Well, guess what? You need to plan and prepare.
Yeah.
And there's no way around that. It's either a goal of yours or you could care less, and you could potentially run the risk of getting a disease and dying early, or whatever the case may be.
Well, thanks, Stacie.
Sleep is part of that. I hate
She
to
was
admit it,
looking at your love
but
handle when she
sleep
said that.
affect. And then it goes
I
into
hate you.
stress. It goes into work. It goes into family life. Like, it's just a snowball effect.
Yeah.
It's very important.
So the recommended is 10 hours,
The
No, that
recommended
was her
is
competitive.
That was my competitive.
8 hours.
7 to 8 usually. Yeah.
Okay.
I think I'm fairly, obviously at work it's difficult. Like I just don't sleep well at work. I just don't.
Well,
But-
yeah. I mean, you're in a different bed. You're in a different
Right.
Is that because
atmosphere.
Bryce
That's
is up on you or
hard.
what? Shout out
Shout
to
out
Bryce.
to Bryce. No, we don't work in the same station or on the same shift.
Or
But
sleep in the same bed.
Even then, he would haunt me. Yeah. No, it's just you're always like in the back of your mind. Even I'm at the slowest station there is, especially for night calls. But it's always in the back of your mind that you could be
get a
woken
call.
up.
Right.
You know, and so I just don't. I'm always sleeping a little bit more on edge. I just sleep better at home because of that. And I always have
Yeah.
since I've been on the fire department. But
Yeah. It's a commitment.
It
It's
is.
a commitment. Like,
and you're talking
sorry,
about
I'm
with
going
kids.
to bed. Yeah.
You're talking about with kids, like I put my kids down like 8:30, and once they go to bed, that's usually my time
Your
to like
time.
unwind. So I feel like when I go to bed at 8:39, I'm selling my own time, my own alone time short. You know what I mean? So I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
I look forward to like just turning a game on or like watching a show because that's the only
Right.
time I get to do those
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
So
It's hard.
I guess I don't like sleep that much. I don't know. It is a balance. I feel like it's a balance. If I can still get 7 hours, I feel pretty.
And so, what's your average?
It's probably 6.5 to 7 hours. Probably right around.
That's better than some.
Yeah,
you know.
but not as good as it could be. Like
Yeah.
Bryce,
But
that dude is in bed
he's-
at like even at work. He's in bed at like 8:30. I mean, he's always talking about getting naps. Like,
Yeah.
you know, he's really good.
Maybe
about it.
what I always tell my clients is just start with one day, like Thursday or something. If you like to stay up later on the weekends, know that it's going to affect you come Monday. But Thursday, commit to, all right, I'm gonna turn the TV off at 9 o'clock, and I'm literally just gonna go to bed. And if you fall asleep right away, like turn your mind off, you wouldn't believe how amazing you feel the next day.
Yeah, and then it might be worth missing the show.
It might be worth missing.
How are you, sorry, Alex, but
No.
you don't get to talk right now.
Whatever.
Since all I'm doing is making excuses, how hard is it for you? How hard is it for you to like hear excuses? Like in your line of work, I would assume that people just
You're just like,
ram them down your throat. Like
no,
it's
I
just
get it.
excuse city.
I've been there. I get it. I've been there. I totally understand, and I can relate. I'm human too. It's literally people come to me with a laundry list of I want, and I have to seriously like, hey, I'm here to help. I want to help you. We need to think. What's the one thing on this list that you want to accomplish? And most of the
Start
time,
with that.
it's I want to lose weight. Then there's a ton of other things we need to do. The first is what's stress life like? What's sleep like? How many kids do you have? What's your financial life like? Is that something that's really hard on you, or are you comfortable, or whatever?
Right.
And there are how many days of the week can you get to the gym? Let's talk about all these things. They all play a role in weight loss. You just don't really realize it.
Right.
Right.
And they don't realize it. And then when you come to, you just start narrowing it down, then you start looking at, okay, let's start with breakfast. What do you like to eat?
Yeah.
And we break it down from there.
Has anybody ever come up to you and be like, I want to look like you during competitions?
Yes.
Really?
I
Yeah.
get
Are you
messages
just-
all the
Are
time.
you just like, oh boy?
No, I
They
tell
don't-
them it happens in the kitchen. Sorry. It happens in the kitchen. Take one of my nutritional lifestyle challenges. And so they do. And they learn a lot.
And do they stick with it most of the time?
That's the hard part. Is I've been doing this.
Consistency.
I've been doing this for 10 years. It's not like I mean, you can find
You
pictures
didn't?
of me,
Yeah.
right? You can find pictures of me and what I used to look like.
Yeah.
It happened over time, and it's definitely, like I said, it's a commitment thing. Like, you have got to want this, and you just got to make it happen.
Do you feel like you have next level willpower? Like that some people just don't have?
Yeah, I think that also. I'm an athlete, right? I've been an athlete my whole life. I grew up on a farm. I mean,
Going back to the farm.
it is a different lifestyle.
Something about-
It's a different lifestyle.
Something about those pigs on that farm made me a great CrossFitter.
And I think it's just it sometimes is a mentality thing.
Yeah, and it did probably start with the cultivating of competition with your siblings.
I think it goes a long way back. But it can all be inherited. It can all be learned, and just like anything.
I think food's the
taught.
hardest part. Working out.
Oh, gosh,
Because I can do that.
Yeah.
And I'm getting better with the food. Stop.
What?
You're flaring your nose. Like,
You're
what
the
bullshit is he
firefighter.
gonna
You're
lay on
supposed
me?
to like be the.
Yeah.
Don't you guys just grill all day? Isn't that what you
Yeah.
guys do?
Grill, smoke meats, take naps, watch movies,
Yeah, right?
Play
Yeah.
games.
Yeah. Don't
Well, I
you?
appreciate everything you guys do.
No,
You know
I
that.
appreciate you saying that, but
I don't.
Yeah, I know. I know you're alone here. Yeah, yeah. What were you saying? Sorry.
No, I mean,
Food's the hardest part. Yes,
it's very
it is.
hard. I will say I've done a better job with sleep. I go to bed about 9:30. Used
Great.
to be like 10:30. Get up at 4:30. And I've downloaded this app. It's the Chris Hemsworth app. Have you
Okay.
heard of it?
I
It's
haven't
called
heard of that.
Core.
Okay.
Sounds super dumb. 'Cause
Yeah.
it's Chris
Core.
Hemsworth,
Yeah.
but he's got like
He's good looking.
sleep visualizations, meditation, workouts, meal preps.
Nice.
And so I've been kind of trying to take some of that in my life, and it's actually been helping. I can't make it through one sleep visualization. They're like 7 minutes.
Nice. You're out.
I'm out. Sergio,
good. That's
just putting me to
good.
sleep, man.
Sergio on the.
Shout out to Sergio and Core.
Is that cost?
$10 a month, yeah.
Nice.
Worth every penny?
Yeah, and so the meal side is the side I really got to crack into. And so it's really nice because you can look at the whole week and the meals that they recommend, add it to a shopping cart, and then it combines them all into a shopping list and breaks them out into sections of the store. So,
That's
Hey,
nice.
that is nice.
That's
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
nice.
so
That
we're going to
sounds
try that this week.
nice.
I mean, you'd be surprised. Yeah. I mean, I even teach how to shop at the local grocery store. People don't even know. They don't know where to start.
outside.
Like,
Stay out of the middle.
The perimeter.
Yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
That's where
But
it's
then,
at.
then
That's all
it's
Bryce
like,
talking.
yeah.
Shout
I
out to
mean,
Bryce.
they don't, I mean, the simplest things, and this is the stuff that I have to remember, is like roasting vegetables is just, I don't even think about, right? I turn the oven on, I put the vegetables on the baking sheet, I throw some olive oil on top, season it how I want, and I put it back in the oven. Some people don't even know how to do that. And so it's really coming down to their level and really understanding, like, where do I need to meet you at? Like, you have to be open and upfront with me, and I'm here to help you.
Right.
Yeah,
Can
it's
you even boil water?
amazing. It's amazing
Right now?
watching them transform, really. They can't.
That's awesome. I mean, to see people improve that much.
It's way cool.
I'm
It's the most rewarding part of my job, for sure. Yeah.
Just seeing their gains.
Their transformation.
Yeah.
What's the
Yeah.
biggest transformation you've seen? Like someone's like 300 pounds down to like completely cut.
To a CrossFit athlete?
I don't remember how many pounds this individual lost, but I've had a male and a female, and she got to the point where when she took her after picture, she had gotten her nails done, her hair done. I hardly even recognized her. She's like, I felt like a whole new woman. I have, like, her before picture was like, oh my gosh, like, that
Wow.
was you. And then my male, upwards of 30 pounds in 30 days, so about a pound a
Jeez.
day. Yeah, he looked amazing. I've had people that have become sober 9 years and then just truly said,
I felt like
I'm
your hand
drinking
went
too
towards
much.
me.
I'm
Like,
sorry.
They got sober.
No,
Or
no,
you-
but
what are you saying?
they became sober, and they've done a challenge of mine every time I've offered one, which is usually about one a quarter, and then I do some small group sessions between that. But they continue to do it just to say I'm still sober and I'm here, and they've lost a lot of weight that way too. So
Wow.
that's been really cool. Yeah, you get all sorts of stories.
Well, I'm sure.
How do you feel about intermittent fasting?
You know, I experimented with that a little bit, but I'm so high strung that I was like seeing aliens and I couldn't even breathe. I didn't even know how to spell my name at one point. I was so like, I need food so bad.
Wow.
And it just affected me different. But there are times where I think about it and I'm like, I'm so busy during the day that I skipped a meal. And then, yeah, I kind of just found myself intermittent fasting and didn't even realize it. But I'm to the point where it's like, I know I need food. Like, I can't go a single minute now without getting something to eat.
This
Or I will
podcast
die.
must have been hard on you.
No,
Someone get her
yeah,
I know.
we need a snack.
no, but yeah, I tried it and it wasn't for me. But some people love it and they have great success with it. So if it's working, awesome.
You kind of do it, don't you?
Yeah, I don't eat
You
breakfast.
might have to with your job, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I definitely have a couple snackers that I work with. You know, they're just like every time I see them, they're eating something. You know, but
It's like Brad Pitt in
yeah,
Ocean's 11.
yeah, just always got something going. But I haven't always. Bryce, shout out to Bryce.
Jeez, you're obsessed with this guy.
I'm
He's
telling you,
in your bed.
all my knowledge
You share a bunk
came
with
from
He knows a
in this
lot.
area.
Bryce and I used to work together. Did
And
you know
he-
that?
I did not know
Oh,
that.
yeah. Ask him about, shout out to Optimum Fitness. I don't know if they're a business anymore, but
I don't
yeah.
either. I don't know if they are.
Ask him if he knows Otto Willingsack. Well, he's passed now, but he
Oh.
was our favorite client.
He is so into it. I mean,
He's
he
a very
talks.
smart man. Mhm.
He
Yeah,
is
education.
tons of research. Always
Yeah.
watch. So that's why he's always all he does is
Always comes back to
all,
Bryce.
he does. My wife actually hated me working with them because I'd come home with all these new ideas on things that we should do. She's like,
Well-
oh, what, you want to make your own sunscreen?
No,
and you want
how
to make your
about
own yogurt?
Let's go to
you
the
wanna-
backyard and eat dandelions.
Yeah,
Don't they
yeah.
do that?
Yes,
He does that.
I tried them.
He eats bugs.
no
And
way.
he
Bryce
made
eats
nettle.
bugs. I'm
he
saying
made-
it. Bryce eats bugs.
Yeah, he may or may not have eaten Japanese beetles.
Ew!
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, yeah,
Bryce.
yeah. But he did make some
That's
good.
a little over the top.
He
was
sauteed
actually
them.
he
So
sauteed
that made
them.
it better.
He's like, they taste like kettle chips, is what he told me. I'm like, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm like,
I
I'm not
don't
willing to
think
go
so.
there. I'm not. But he did make like nettle chips, like,
Hey.
and they were good. Like
All
they were
right.
fine. No, but he's very willing to experiment in that way. But yeah, anyway, all my knowledge from in this arena comes from him just regurgitating information.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I asked
He
him a
does
lot of
know his stuff.
questions,
Sure.
you know.
Yeah.
But it's not like he's my lover.
Sure sounds
And this is all pillow talk. So what kind of bug are we gonna try tomorrow, baby?
You got like a fondue machine.
Yeah.
Dipping bugs in there.
Ooh, give me that cockroach. That looks delicious.
What just happened to this podcast?
I don't know. So let's go back to CrossFit here. There's got to be a workout that you hate doing, because I know.
Oh, I
Wind up
just did
leg
one
day.
yesterday. Yeah.
What was it?
It was a repeat of a CrossFit Games open workout. It was called 20.2.
Okay.
20.1, excuse me. So it was the first, there's usually 5 workouts in the open. It's 5 weeks long. It was the first week's workout. And it had ground overhead and bar facing burpees.
Ground to overhead.
So you can
so
take
it's
the
like
bar-
overhead snatches, basically.
You can do snatch or clean and jerk. The bar just literally has to go from the ground to overhead and then bar facing burpees.
Ooh.
And it was terrible.
What's the
Wow.
number of each?
8 ground overhead and 10 bar facing burpees.
And
10
as many
rounds.
as you
10
can.
rounds.
Oh, 10 rounds, as
10
fast as you can.
rounds. Yeah, as fast as you can.
Do you ever get tired of working out?
No, it's the best part of my day.
Really?
Really?
Yeah. I get cranky when I don't get a workout. But I do take
7 days a week?
Thursdays and Sundays are my rest days.
Okay.
I maybe might do some core on Thursdays, but Sundays are like, no, mom needs to meal prep, do laundry, get ready for the week.
How important is rest days?
Really important. Yeah.
So you shouldn't do 7 days a week.
That's why one of the reasons why CrossFit Omaha is closed on Sundays, and then we have a core day on Thursday. So we have most open gym in case somebody may have missed a day and they want to make up a workout. Otherwise, I know how important back health is, so I program core workouts just so we can strengthen those areas
Yeah.
and keep us safe and healthy. I think you run yourself at risk of injury and burnout if you work out that many days a week. But we have members who do. I program at-home workouts on Sundays for those that are the diehards and just love to move. And they're not very challenging. They're not as challenging as a normal CrossFit workout of the day at CrossFit Omaha, but it gives them something to do if they have that itch. Yeah, but
what's the recovery process like for you after a competition? So do you do chiropractor, massage, anything like that?
I used to. Yeah.
Okay.
Now I don't. The level of intensity is not as great as it was when I was competing. It's still high to meet the stimulus of the workout that I programmed for that day, but it's not like 6 hours of
6 hours of just
Rich Froning.
You would take a break there and here, catch your breath, reset the mind, take a snack break. Yeah, but mostly was you would do strength and then you would do metabolic conditioning and then some cardio and maybe a little bit, some accessory work. So yeah, it added up.
Here's good.
When you were doing the games, were you ever worried about like an unknown workout that no one saw coming?
Yes.
Because I remember watching this documentary on Rich Froning's first year.
Yes.
And the rope climb. It talked about him doing the rope climb and how he had never been a part of it and he didn't know how to climb the rope.
Right.
And he went from because he kind of came out of nowhere that year.
Yeah.
He went from first and just fell down the ranks because he couldn't climb a rope.
Yeah. There's that unknown piece anytime you go out on the competition floor. Yeah. Especially at the games level. The regional and open level, you kind of know what workouts to expect.
Because are they always kind of the same?
Kind of, yeah. The equipment usually is the same. But the games is open playing field. So.
This year we're going to swim 2 miles.
Which was terrifying. Yes, I thought I was going to die multiple times. And actually, in 2016, 15, I forget what year, there was a shark that they knew about.
What?
They kept under the pier while we literally swam for 30 minutes in the ocean. Around the pier, mind you.
How did they keep it there?
I have no idea. People on the pier actually got pictures of it and sent it to us athletes afterwards. And then it was we heard.
That'll make you swim.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to be
Guys,
out front or
it was terrifying.
Yeah,
it was terrifying. I even went to Funplex one time to practice in the wave pool.
Really?
Just to
That's smart,
time
actually.
waves
Yeah.
differently and take in salt water at times I shouldn't just because you panic. You go in such a panic mode. Sounds stupid, but I did.
That's a long swim, especially combined with running and
Something on the beach.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was difficult.
I got to ask you something. So, looking at your notes here, you first competed in the CrossFit Games in 2009.
Yeah.
Qualified every year, 2010 and 2013. 2013, you gave up your corporate job to CrossFit completely. 2014, you did not qualify for the games.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I missed it that year.
Was there an injury?
Yes and no. I did get injured in 2013. I fractured my shoulder blade, which I did not know. I think I either did it playing co-ed volleyball or we were doing max box jumps and I had a stack of plates on top of a box and I missed it and landed on my back. I did not know at the time that that's the cause of my injury, but years later, looking back, I had a fractured scapula. So I was battling that and I actually did not know how to climb a rope. I did not know how to climb a rope or handstand walk. And it kept me from, those two movements came to the regionals in 2014. And this is why I hired a gymnastics coach that year. And it was the best decision of my life. And then I performed my greatest, obviously, in 2015.
That's amazing. So obviously it lit a fire under your ass. This is never
other.
happening again.
Yes. Yeah.
Were you pretty down when that happened?
Of course, yeah. And I had just landed huge sponsorships, so I thought I was letting them all down, and I just felt terrible. And it ended up being the best decision I could have ever made. Yeah, it led me to way more opportunity. A career trajectory started to form, and yeah, I actually earned more sponsorships. It was kind of crazy. Mm-hmm.
Do you have the itch to get back in?
Oh, of course.
Are you going to scratch that itch?
Do you do the team competition?
Look at you. You're thinking about it.
You're thinking about it. I don't know. I compare we have a really great athlete who just moved to town, Addie, and she was in the top 100 last year and has missed regionals down. She used to come from the East Coast every year by just a few points. And she right now, I'm comparing myself to her times in the gym. I'm a little bit stronger than her, but she has a much bigger engine. But I also know from past performances that around this time, I used to enjoy the holidays. It was like my last like hoorah before life, like literally like see a friend. There's no happy hour for me. You will see me next winter. Okay.
Yeah.
And I just was so focused on getting back to the games. And so I know like if I really wanted to compete, I would just have to give up a little bit of my work time and train in the middle of the day. Starting January 2nd, I always give myself the day after New Year.
Yeah, recovery.
And and hit it hard if I really wanted to get back. I do have the itch really, really bad. Do I think I can
2021.
qualify? I don't know. The athletes are pretty amazing. My core is still not the greatest since having Gavin. I've lost a lot of strength, but it's slowly coming back.
Instead of an
So-
8-pack, you have a 4-pack. I'm still working on a 2-pack. You kind of got some abs.
No. So would that be master's class then?
I
Yeah.
would try to go individual if I even attempt this, or I would be in the master's division. Yeah, but team, I don't know. It's tempting to do that too. It's not as time consuming, it's a team effort. So
Right.
you still have to be in decent shape, the way that the teams are forming these days. But yeah, I don't know.
To get to the top, would you say some of it's genetics, or do you think anybody could get there if they really wanted
Well,
to?
they've proven us both situations. There have been Sarah Sigmund's daughter is out of Iceland and
Iceland.
was never an athlete, and she's done really well. But then, you have some hardcore, you're an athlete. Both parents played sports in college. You're
Sure.
you've just got
Former
it.
football player
You
that
just got
decided
it.
to
No,
go
I think
this
Matt
route.
Frazier's parents were both Olympians or some crazy thing like that. So
He's a freak.
Well, because I think,
Yeah.
do you know Ronnie Coleman?
Huh.
He used to be a bodybuilder.
Yeah,
And he was-
famous bodybuilder.
Okay.
He was huge, and I watched his documentary, and he said, if you don't have the right genetics, you'll never be at my level. Like, you could lift twice as much as me, eat better than me, but a lot of it comes to genetics.
Genetics.
I mean, but in
But
conjunction
bodybuilding's
with
different
everything.
too. I think a little bit. Like to have bulk like that, I think would just
Some
be
people maybe
somewhat
just build
genetic.
muscle faster too.
Sure.
My mom used to say, Stacie, you were doing a single leg squat when you were 9 months old. I'll never forget it. You'd be down on the floor and you would just pop up on one leg, and she'd be like, did you
What?
just see that? Like, what?
Just doing
Yeah.
the flamingo
And-
over here.
Yeah.
And today I've always been really big quads. Like, that's just been a part of me, so maybe
Very
that has
quaddy.
something to do.
I always felt like if you're doing
Thunder
it,
thighs.
thunder thighs. Kelly would be pretty good, I think. She's pretty.
I know,
Tone.
and she dabbled with it for a little while.
Did she?
But she works downtown, and she's like, Stace, literally, by the time I can get from there to the gym and then have to go out to Hawaiian Village, which is a drive.
Yeah.
It's just too much. And so I tried to teach her as much as I could that she could do at home, but she just swings through a gym that's much closer to her house. But
Yeah.
I got her eating my lifestyle, the nutritional
Do you?
lifestyle way. Yeah.
Good.
So I'm slowly trying to get Ricky, reel him in. So
He's getting better, I think.
he is. Yeah.
I got a last burning question here. Can you kick your husband's ass in lifting weights?
And lifting weights.
For Dustin listening right now,
Shout out
it's
to
Dustin,
Dustin.
right? Yeah.
It is Dustin. And
Yeah.
he was a very good wrestler. So I'm happy you said weights, because if it was on the mat or just a scramble, no. You watch out for that guy.
Yeah.
We're pretty close.
Oh, yes. Does that eat him up?
I don't
Yes,
know.
yes,
I don't
it
know.
eats every guy
He's
up.
very proud. He's very proud, and he's always been one to support my endeavors, no matter what I wanted to do. So,
So do you have like little competitions every once in a while?
we're
Like,
way too competitive, but yes,
That's
way
awesome.
Sure, that'd be
too
entertaining.
competitive.
that would be fun to watch.
So,
Well, thanks for coming on, Stacie.
Thank you.
It's
Thanks
been a
for
great
having me.
episode.
Yeah.
I'm
it's been
Alex.
fun. I'm Justin.
We'll see you next time.
Thanks.
thanks, guys.